Now, here we have one of my favorite Lego Indiana Jones sets. It actually comes from a scene in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which is movie number 3. And this is set number 7620, Indiana Jones and the Motorcycle Chase. It came out in 2008, and the cost was $9.99. With that, let's take a closer look. And here we have the man himself, Indiana Jones, or Henry Jones Jr., and of course, he comes with his fedora, which he never seems to lose. He has it on his leather jacket. Also has a satchel. And his bullwhip, which the bullwhip you can actually stretch out. And his pants do have printing. His gun belt as well as a holster. But he doesn't actually come with a gun in this set. Now let's turn him around. No printing on the back, which is just a brown leather jacket, so it kind of makes sense that it doesn't. But, yep, here is Indiana Jones, and I think they did a wonderful job with him. Junior, it is you, Junior. Here we have Henry Jones Sr., played by Sean Connery, and I think Lego actually did a great job. Let me see if I can get better lighting on his face. And not the best, but in making him look like Indiana Jones's father. He's just got a pith helmet on instead of the more softer cap, which he wears in the movie. He's wearing glasses. I don't know if you can see because of the shadow. I apologize for that. His suit looks terrific. Matter of fact, if you look right here, I think that's supposed to be his diary, which at this point in the movie he's not actually carrying, but still that's a nice little ad. He also, I think, should be holding a map, which I maybe kind of lost, or it's probably actually in a bucket with more of my Legos. Now let's take a look at the back. I don't think there's any printing. Nope, no printing. But again, this is a wonderful figure. Probably one of the best they've ever done. And here we have an enemy soldier. He's wearing a pilot's style helmet with goggles, which actually works for a motorcyclist, I'd say, in this case. Not a lot to say really about him. You know, he's supposed to be a World War II German soldier, but really, actually, they kind of kept the basic uniform and gear of a World War II German soldier. I mean, the belts and the straps and the ammo pouches. And, of course, he's just carrying a Old West revolver. And, of course, there is no printing on the back, but I'll go ahead and turn him around. Yes, there is the enemy soldier for the set. And here is the enemy soldier's motorcycle, which the shape of it looks very much so like a modern dirt bike. But with that said, I really like the color they used, the dark gray and the black, to give it an older style look. Now, this is just a very simple Lego bike, but it looks pretty good. Now here is the motorcycle with its sidecar that Indiana Jones and his father are riding in. Now the bike, exact same bike that the enemy soldier rides, but the sidecar is actually got a number of pieces. You had to build it. I'll go ahead and reach over and grab it. It's got a little pack right here, fender, slight wall to keep Henry Sr. in, and then this right here is a place to put Indiana Jones's bullet. Go ahead and put it back. Maybe. There we go. So did not stay. So for a small set like this, I think they did a really good job in recreating the motorcycle and sidecar. And here's the little guard post and gate on the road. Maybe it's supposed to be the entrance to the road going to the castle, which obviously it is the road going to the castle. But I'm not a fan of this part of the set. I mean, there's not a lot going on. The actual hut part, it's okay, but you can tell it's not a full hut. And then the way the gate actually slopes, I don't like that. And this part is just not the best made. And then you have a little flag, because in the movie, Indiana Jones becomes a knight of old and uses it like a lance on horseback. Only he's on a motorcycle. Well, I guess you could say an iron horse. Again, this was set number 7620. Indiana Jones Motorcycle Chase came out in 2008 for $9.99. And this was an awesome little set. Of course, you got Indiana Jones and Henry Jones Sr. along with an enemy soldier, but you also got the bike and sidecar that Indiana Jones and his father make the escape from the castle on. The biggest downfall is the little hut with its gate. It's so simple that I don't care for it. But I do show it off with the rest of the figures. I actually have these sitting on a shelf. Matter of fact, these figures are like brand new because when I took them off the bikes, the legs and arms are so stiff. But this is an awesome little set, and I think it still holds up pretty well today. You could probably now make a better, or Lego could design a little bit better sidecar, and probably a little bit, maybe more antique looking motorcycles. But overall, I still love the set. It is probably still my favorite Indiana Jones set.